So how does that affect me? If I was a lawyer, if I was an accountant, if I was, say, a consultant, if I'm a father, if I'm a mother, how does it affect? And uh, can you just explain the way I should then start behaving and processing information? And how should I be approaching life and work?
Yeah, that's a great question because I think a lot of us are going to find ourselves over the next decade having to reflect on this question of how do I find my way forward in this world? What am I meant to do? Um, and I think the idea of, beginning to create this adaptive, slightly more adaptive path, for me starts with my first permission, if I dare say so. We might as well
Mhm.
start with number one, which is be willful and look at desire. I think in finding your way forward, you have to know kind of, well, where do I want to go? And
Mhm.
what do I want to do? And I think one of the offers that's becoming available to us right now, there are two elements that I think are really interesting, which is the concept of the portfolio career, for instance.
Mhm.
So if I am one of these people who might feel that my role or my profession is under threat, that I am
Mhm.
about to be replaced, or that I, might no longer be relevant in 15, 10 years time, what I might start doing is looking at how I could apply my whole lifetime of experience and my wide, vast set of skills and capabilities to a variety of different contexts. So
Mhm.
for me, there's three pieces of that, which is, maybe I want to start diversifying my understanding of how I could apply myself in different industries in different ways. That I'm allowed to want to do or be more than one thing. This was unheard of 20 years ago.
Mhm.
Now I think it's going to have to become more of the norm. As part of that, I would say to start to kind of view yourself through what I describe in the book as that I can versus I am mindset.
Mhm.
So if I'm a lawyer, let's say, and I'm sitting there going, well, I'm a lawyer. That's all I know how to do or be. And maybe I'm worried that a good part of my value in the world is about to be taken over. I would start to sit down and say, okay, I am a lawyer, but within that broad identity, I can do a variety of different things. I can apply that knowledge in a variety of different contexts. So
Mhm.
I would start to think about my capabilities in a more agile or adaptive way to say, I might soon have to think about how I'm sort of taking this and applying it in different settings in different contexts. And I think that sort of, separating of identity from profession is
Mhm.
going to be a big thing going forward. That we will not have the luxury, if you will, of being able to say I am this one thing and that's all I am or will ever be. We might need to be a little bit more fluid in our understanding of what we're capable of doing or contributing. And I think as part of that, I sort of, when I work with younger people, and I'm going to say this to midlife people as well, I sort of tell them to imagine that they're walking around with a big toolkit. And if they're heading out of university or heading into it, saying, all you're doing is accumulating capability over the course of your life. And I would love for you, if you're in a midlife situation, to do an audit of that and to say, okay, these are the things that I've learned, and then to compare that to the emerging landscape around you and start to ask and answer the question, how do I want to start to apply my know-how in this changing world?
Mhm.
And that for me would be a starting point to start to just loosen up my sense of what's possible and to potentially give myself permission,
Mhm.
using my language, to see myself in a wider variety of contexts that has, I think, greater potential for relevance moving forward.